Now, I'm wondering if there was a church level at one time. We have a giant black spider. This is Breaking Bounds, the boundary break knockoff that doesn't like to make a script. My show is basically the same. I'll take the camera anywhere I want and try to highlight some very interesting oddities I might find along the way. This game is called Kill It With Fire. In this game, you kill spiders with any means necessary. Though we don't actually have to go far to be able to see some 3D environment. So we will activate our free cam, which is actually facing a wall. There we go. So we got free cam. So this right here is actually the level selection. As you can see, bonus level or end game is located at the very bottom. And this is what the spider looks like close up. As you'll notice, none of the joints actually connect. And none of that really matters because this is so small and at a distance, you will never notice. We also have another spider located right up here. Here is what the desk looks like close up. And here is the arsenal of weapons. From what I can tell, this has every weapon in the game. And you may be wondering, what is on the outside? Well, it's a whole lot of nothing. Turns out the entire environment outside is a skybox. And our personal environment is a room floating in the air. Along with a lawnmower that you actually will never see. It is outside. You'll never notice the lawnmower. But again, it is one of the weapons in the game. So I guess they felt it was needed to be out here. And the texture on the outside of the door is really weird, and I do not know why. Here's what it looks on the inside. Here's what it looks like on the outside. If I zoom out, I do not know where the end of the skybox is. Either the skybox is imprinted to be always on the outside of the screen, or it is so big I will never reach the outside of it. And if we take the camera out of the first level, you'll actually see every level's area is already intact, but none of the items are spawned in. So to save resources, they have the entire world built already, but only sections of it is loaded depending on which level you're playing. Now, as we get to level 4, you'll actually see that the previous levels do not exist anymore. Instead, they focused all the resources on the outside of the world. Under every level, there's a bunch of red dots, as well as one big white dot. If I was to take a guess, I believe these are markers for where the spiders and the player are supposed to spawn, but I'm not 100% sure. And then on level 5, if we take the camera out of the store level, you can actually see the house is gone. Instead, they have the next few levels lined up already. You got the Chinese gardens, and then you got the farm. Now, I'm wondering if there was a church level at one time, because there is an inside to this church, where most of them are empty on the inside. I don't know if it is to hold up the aesthetic that sometimes you can see it in the distance, but it is very unusual to actually have the church all ready to be populated. And here's a zoom out of what the world looks like. There is an office building level with a bunch of cubicles, a conference room, and a break room. Now, if we take the camera out, you can actually see. Here's what it looks like to have all the rooms. And again, the background is actually just an image. And off in the distance here, this is actually the next level that has not fully loaded in yet. And it won't load in until we go to the next level. But one thing they did actually load in is actually the bonus Christmas item you will actually not be getting in this level. This Christmas ornament's actually for the next level. And then after we do go to the next level, you'll see that it unloads all the previous level. Very interesting to see all the rooms with the lights out. You'll also see there's the bomb. That's actually the end of the game. But you'll also notice way above the stage, we have a giant black spider. Now, this is actually the highest resolution spider in the game. Now, with my tools, I can actually rotate the camera so that way we can see what the spider looks like if it was facing forward. Now, one thing that's kind of interesting about these pipes sticking out is they go way beyond where they actually need to end. So what I think they did was that instead of making a whole bunch of models for the pipes, they just made a few of them and then just repositioned them so that way they look different sticking out of the wall every time. Now, on the very final level, we find our last unique environment. So let's hop into FreeCam and let's check it out. As you can see, the spider is not on the shades like it is in the main menu. We do have an outside that we can go to. And as you can see, this is where the last battle takes place, where all the spiders come at you and you have to beat them in a certain time. There's a lot of areas that you cannot get to, and showing things around, it looks like you're not actually supposed to get to it. There's a lot of missing textures and environments, and you'll notice there are actually some interesting areas that it looks like there should be a battle, like this fully modeled diner. There's an area that looks like you should be able to battle in it. It feels like they really wanted to do more with this, considering how much of this area is textured. Now, to remind you, you cannot leave this little area right in the middle, but yet, as you can see, there's a bridge here, fully modeled. And on the other side, over here, you can't see past this building, but yet there's 2 nuclear power stations. And if we look on the inside, again, it's modeled on the inside of the nuclear power station. The roadway doesn't make too much sense to me either. I don't know what it's doing there. And the top of this building that you never get to has a fully modeled stairway and multiple levels with rooms in it. If we go over to this hangar, again, fully modeled on the inside. And to put it in perspective, you're over here and you'll never see any of that. There's a house that's burned down over here. If we go on the inside, again, fully modeled. As we look on the other side of the power station, you can actually see there's a tunnel. This is something that you'll never actually see in the game. So now you may be wondering, what is that purple thing that's on the bottom of the screen every time? So it turns out that after you beat the spider rush, they actually store the cutscene underneath the level. And that gives us the opportunity to be able to zoom in. Oh look, a tree. What are you doing out here? I never noticed you before. As I was saying, yes, there's a spaceship. And this is what it looks like if you 100% the game. As you can see, this is what the spaceship looks like. A lot of details you'll never notice because the cutscene actually takes place so high up that you won't be able to notice most of it. And here's what it looks like from the back. You may have also noticed that there are some giant spiders attached to the underside of the spaceship. Now, this was actually a teaser for a sequel that hasn't come out yet. Maybe Spiders in Space or something like that. Here's what the spaceship looks like after we activate the animation. And here is the portal that you can walk into to get to the end credits. And here's what a zoom out looks like of the Apocalypse ending level. Well, that's all that I have for now, so you guys have a great rest of the day, and see you guys next time. Bye-bye.